Review this game. Caro Kann defense, bishop f5, good. e6, c5. Yeah, so far so good. This is a very typical way to attack the center in this advanced variation. Bishop d3, and we trade the bishop. Knight c6, we develop the knight. So actually we can also take in the pawn. The reason is we can break this connecting pawn, and then we create knight c6, so we can attack this pawn. And if I take our knight, we can have our pawn, the b pawn, moving toward the center. This is strengthening our center control. So we play knight c6. This is also good. I'm not saying this is a mistake, just suggesting another alternative plan, taking the pawn first. Bishop to f4, knight b4. We want to attack the queen and attack c2. But to be very frank, I think this move is a premature attack, very typical example, because white can very easily protect this pawn, like queen e2 or queen d2. And I mean, once the pawn reaches e2, after a3, we need to move our knight back again. So that's why I say this is a premature attack. So instead, I think we should like develop pieces, develop the rest of pieces, like rook c8, because the c file is open to be like disclosed. So why not moving the rook like ahead to the c file? Or we can move the this knight and knight f5, developing pieces. So knight b4 and white play queen b5, checking our king and attacking b7. So we need to be very cautious of the purpose of this move. It's not only checking the king, it's also attacking our b7. So we moved knight back. I think if we realize there is attack on b7, we should move the queen to d2, where we can block the check and also protect the pawn. One might argue after this exchange, our king cannot castle, but I think this is fine because first of all, both sides don't have queen, so the king can be very safe if we don't have queens on the board. And this is end game. A king can be, on the other hand, very helpful in the center. And also we have this closed center or closed pawn structure, so which is a very solid like shield for our king. So trading the queen is the best move. And knight c6, we lost this pawn. We take this one. I would say this is a blunder apparently, because we don't look at this next move from opponent. We should be very cautious of the next move from opponent, like queen c6. We attack this pawn, we win this pawn, but apparently we will lose this knight, and that is a check. Apparently, in this case, we have to move the king to e7, and this king is super in danger because we white still have a queen on the board, and yeah, so there are so many like ways, like for example, from this diagonal, white can attack our king. So in this case, it's terrible. If you look at this structure. Yeah, after losing a knight and a queen, I don't think we can balance the game. So so I think learning from this lesson is instead of attacking your opponent, especially this premature attack, if your opponent can find a very easy way to defend that, I would say improving your pieces, developing pieces instead is a better plan. And more importantly, thinking about the next move your opponent is going to make, like attacking b7, or I think the biggest mistake is making this knight like taken. That's definitely a mistake. And that's it.